Hello everyone, today I'll be presenting you with 10 minutes of useless information about cars in GTA Online. I'm not quite sure why you want to see 10 minutes of useless information about cars, but I mean, here you go. Also, I got the video idea from In Control again. I will leave his channel link in the description, be sure to check him out. Here I have a Sentinel, just a normal Sentinel. You can find it off the street or buy it on Southern San Andreas, and here is the engine. Pretty standard looking engine, nothing too crazy going on here. Pretty standard for GTA Online. Lots of cars share this engine. The Sentinel is not unique to have this engine in any way. Lots of other cars have this, so this is pretty standard fare for engines in GTA Online once again. However, when upgraded with HSW, the engine gets a full remodel with the twin turbo model, and I really think this looks fantastic. It has chrome with the chrome everywhere, a strut bar. It really looks great, a big improvement over the old engine, and it is only on the HSW version of the Sentinel. Now at first I thought it was because it just got HSW, so I'm like, oh, all HSW cars, old or new, probably do this with the engine models, but mostly with the older cars because they have old engine models anyway. However, on the Banshee, this has HSW as well. This is the stock engine model that the normal Banshee has as well, so I'm not quite sure what philosophy Rockstar follows here in terms of giving them new engine models, but I mean, it obviously doesn't apply to the Banshee because it has the old one, but this does have HSW, so the Sentinel is the only car to have a new engine model just by upgrading it with HSW. I'm sure we all know those annoying texts by Simeon telling you to go get a list of cars, and if you find one off the street like this one here, this is a standard shaft or four-door. You can find this pretty commonly. Here it is in the text, Simeon requesting it. You can get this car and take it to the auto shop for a free respray. Doesn't matter what color it is, it will give it to you 100% for free, and you do not have to pay. When these colors usually cost $7,500, $3,500, $5,000, or whatever, it will give it to you for absolutely free. So here we are at the custom shop. Let's put a random color on it. I'm going to choose whatever I like whenever I get there. And once again, you can do this with any car, it doesn't matter what it is. And we're gonna go over here and repair the vehicle, primary color. Let's just go to metallic and let's put any color we want. I'll be going with ultra blue, and let's put the secondary to ultra blue as well, just because I think it looks kind of weird with the black, you know what I mean? Just want to have a solid car color going on here. So once you finish this, you can take it to your personal garage, put it in the garage, and instead of taking it to Simeon's dock where you sell it, you can instead keep it as a personal vehicle. There is another one here because I tested it before doing this just to make sure it works, and it does indeed work. You can get a free respray that usually costs money. Doesn't really save you much, but it is what it is. In some cars, the steering wheel and you are slightly out of position, so you'll be looking straight and the steering wheel is slightly offset to the left or the right. Here I have a car where the steering wheel is offset to the left slightly, and you can definitely tell. I'm not sure how Rockstar messes this up. I'm not a coder or anything, so I'm not too educated in that, but this does happen in quite a few different cars, so next time you're in a first-person car, check to see the wheel. It might be slightly off. I'm turning the wheel in first person here, and as you can see, I turn it pretty slow. I mean, I just have my hands on 3 and 9, and I kind of just turn it very slowly left and right, and I mean, it gets the job done, but it's quite slow. You actually do turn the wheel faster in third person. So here's a camera angle of me turning it in third person, and as you can see, my hands are much faster while turning it in third person, which is quite strange. On some cars, mostly cars from the Tuners DLC, whenever you tint the windows, it also tints the headlights and in some cases the taillights. Funnily enough, Rockstar has added new upgrades on some cars where you can tint the taillights and the headlights like separate from the windows. So I'm not sure why they decided to do that, and they made it so you can do them all at once. I'm not too sure. This car doesn't have that option, so it's kind of weird, but once again, very strange how Rockstar kind of missed this or messed it up. Sorry for the camera angle here, but this is quite a long vehicle, as you can see here. Here I have chrome as my secondary color applied, and you know, everyone has chrome, you should at least, but the game has its own version of chrome. As you can see here, here's the game's chrome, and here's my chrome. The game's chrome is slightly darker than the chrome that you can apply to your car at any time. So there are two different types of chrome in GTA Online and in GTA 5. Very strange. I also kind of prefer the game's chrome just because it is a little bit darker. Some cars are lowered so much that the wheel actually meshes through the fender. This is mostly on cars from the Tuners DLC where you can slam them to the ground. But you can do it on pretty much every car, but some cars have it worse more than others. Some cars from Pegasus, like this Crusader here, are obviously small enough to fit in a garage by any variety. I mean, most garages are pretty standardized in GTA Online, but this is not a very big car at all, and you could definitely fit it in a garage if you wanted to, but Rockstar for some reason only lets you keep it as a Pegasus vehicle, which kind of makes no sense, because if it is able to go in a garage, why can't we put it in a garage? It would be way easier than calling Pegasus, having to pick it up at a random location that usually doesn't work, and it's just all weird. My theory is that Rockstar does this so they don't have to add personalized customizations to these cars, because if you would own it as a car, you would have to take it to the custom shop, and then you could do engine mods and stuff there. They don't want to have to deal with all that, but it's only a theory, not confirmed by any means, and I'm not sure why it is like this. If you somehow damage a car beyond belief to where the hood is basically touching the ground, you can still somehow open it in the interaction menu perfectly fine. And the engine also seems to be fine. I mean, it is basically touching the ground and non-existent, but it is there and it powers the car still, so that's a plus. Behind me, I have a Komodo. Pretty standard car, pretty standard four-door sports sedan, but it is all in the name, sports sedan. Why is it in the sports category if a sedans category exists? This is a very strange thing that Rockstar has been doing for a very long time, pretty much since the start of GTA 5. They have listed cars that have 4 doors and are classified as sedans, and they put them in the sports category, which makes no sense. And I know sports cars can be in the sports category and they don't have to be in the sedans category, but I'm not too sure why this is. It's clearly a sedan. I'm not sure why they have it in the sports class where it's more uncompetitive. If it was in the sedans class, it would definitely be better. Here I have the Prairie. You can find it off the street, and you may or may not be able to buy it from Southern San Andreas anymore. I'm not too sure. And it is the only car listed under the Boacan brand in GTA Online. GTA Online has been out for nearly a decade now, and no other car has been in the Boacan brand, so this is the only car to exist in it. This car actually did get some customization upgrades lately from Rockstar. I think like 2 years ago when they added customizations to random old cars, this car did receive the same treatment, but it is strange that this is the only car to exist in the Boacan brand. Very odd. Maybe we will see more. The Jester RR is an example of a car that looks so realistic and so close to its real-life counterpart in GTA Online that Rockstar has to do very minor differences to avoid getting a lawsuit. As far as I'm concerned, I was informed that there is a rule with copyright and all of that basically says you can make the car as realistic as you want to the real-life counterpart, but you cannot have the registered logo, so Toyota and Supra, which is interesting. The Strider, the car I'm in, is classified as a sports car. Yes, this is classified as a sports car. Do I need to say more? On some cars like the Toretto XO and the 10F, you can add turbos to the back that kind of pop out, and you can delete the rear bumper, which is cool, and it's cool to look at as well. But they have no damage properties at all, as you can see here. I was just running it over back and forth with this dump truck, and absolutely nothing happened to the turbos. The back of the car is relatively untouched, well, turbo related. Everything else is completely damaged, which is kind of odd, and it just seems like they didn't care to bother to add physics. Here I have a Phoenix. Enthusiasts will know it as the Trans Am, and here I have the T-top on it with the glass panels on top. But these glass panels used to be a hard top, but I made it a glass panel by going to Los Santos Customs, and it keeps the collisions and the physics of the hard top, but it is glass. So you basically have bulletproof glass as a T-top, which is pretty cool, but kind of makes no sense. You can shoot this all you want, and the car will get damaged more just from you shooting it, and the glass will not crack at all. It will not even get scarred or touched in any way. It is basically invulnerable to bullets, which is once again pretty cool, but I mean, it's just kind of odd. Seems like a weird mistake by Rockstar because they kept the physics of the hardtop on the T-top, which once again is kind of odd. Here I have the Ferrari GT. Enthusiasts will know it as the Maserati Gran Turismo, and you cannot pop the trunk in this for some reason. Everything else will pop, the hood, the left door, the right door, but the hatch will not pop, which is very odd. I am looking at the back here. It does look like there isn't no latch, so Rockstar designed this to never be opened. But why would they design it to not be opened? I mean, this whole part right here should be able to be opened, and you just can't do it, which is kind of strange, but Rockstar is a strange company, I guess. Let me take a shot of this whiskey. Hopefully you all enjoyed today's video of 10 minutes of useless information in GTA Online about cars. Once again, I'm not sure why you quite want to watch this video because it's useless information, and who wants to know useless information? Also, before I go, once again, shout out to In Control again. His channel will be in the description. Goodbye.